Hello guys, do you know that computer networking is such a big disaster when it comes to wrong configuration? Stay tuned in this video to avoid disaster. Assuming that my instructor wants these parameters to configure for this router. And in this topic, this is all about the DHCP server or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. In this router, we configure this in order to assign automatically an IP address for this client or device. So let's begin. We move this one to this corner. And for the very first, let's connect these devices using this wire. And for this case, I use copper straight through wire. Click this and click this PC, connect to this fast Ethernet 0 port, and then to this port of the switch, fast Ethernet 01, and then the same. And in this case, I will use the gigabit Ethernet port, and also to this router, gigabit Ethernet port 00. As we can see, the color of this interface or port is color red, meaning there's no connection yet. So let's begin. First, click this router and then go to CLI or command line interface, and in this time the dialog box asking for what would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog, and in this case I will type N or no. This is the first step in CLI mode. And then the second command is EN, or in short for enable. And this time, as we can see this interface, we will configure this port by using this configuration command. Type config T. This is a shortcut for configuration terminal. Press enter, and then let's config this port by typing interface or int. And as we can see, this is a gigabit Ethernet port. So let's type G. G stands for giga. 0. This is for the port 00/0/0, and then hit enter. Okay, this time configuration interface, we need to input this IP address and the subnet mask. So the command for this is IP address, and then type this IP address and subnet mask 192.168.1.1. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.255.2. 255.0 and press enter. And after successfully inputted the IP address and the subnet mask, just type no shutdown. Yeah, it means this interface will enable if we input this command no shutdown. As we can see, this port is turns to green. This is ready to fire. So, and then type exit, press enter, and in this time we input these excluded addresses because we don't want the other host to use this address. So let's exclude this, and the command for this is IP DHCP and then excluded. Just type AX and press the tab key in order to make it autocomplete. And we want the excluded addresses from host 1 up to 10 or 10 host. Just type 192.168 .1.1 up to 192.168.1.10. So this time we inputted the excluded addresses from 1 up to 10. So just hit enter, and in this time we need to input the DHCP pool name, and I want to use this name Murag Vlogger 010 as my pool name, and the command is IP DHCP pool name, just only pool, and then the name that you want. I choose my channel name, which is Vlogger 010. Then hit enter, and this time we have a full name, and then the next command is network, and then the IP address 192.168.1.0, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. This is not 55.0. Okay, just enter, and then the next command is for the default router. This is the default router with an IP address default. Just press the tab keys on the keyboard to make it autocomplete default router, and the IP address is 192.168.1.1, and press enter. And the next command is the DNS server, or the domain name server, DNS. Then press the tab key on the keyboard, and then it's the same, 192.168.1.1, that is my DNS server IP address, and press enter. And this time we have inputted all the IP address that we needed to this configuration for the router. Let's type the command end. And then in order to show the configuration that we have inputted, we need the command show run in order to show the configuration. Show run, and then hit enter. So these are the IP addresses that we have inputted a moment ago. And then my DHCP pool name is Murag Vlogger 010. Network is 192.168.1.0 with subnet mask 255.255.255.0. And the default router IP address is 192.168.1.1. So this is it. And my DNS server is 192.168.1.1. So in order to save this, we need to press the enter key on my keyboard more times until we reach to the bottom. Bang, bang, bang. So we reach at the bottom now. In order to save the configuration, we need to type the WR or the write memory in order to save the configuration, and then hit enter. Okay, building configuration routers, and this time I want to show the all the IP addresses that we have inputted. The command is show IP interface break. Then hit enter. So we have now an IP configuration for this router. Gigabit Ethernet port 00. There's now an IP address of 192.168.1.1. So let's try to look at this PC if there's an IP address by going to command prompt, and this time the command is config, IP config or IP configuration. Press enter, and this time there's no IP address. So this time the router is not yet automatically assigned an IP address for this device. So let's do the next command by typing ipconfig and then space /renew. This is to assign a new IP address for this device, then hit enter. Okay, as we can see, there is an IP address now. The host number is 11. It is 11 because we have excluded the host IP address from 1 up to 10. That's why the host number for this IP address is 11. So let's try to ping this PC if there's a connectivity. So the command is ping, and then the IP address for this PC or device 192.168.1.11. So as we can see, there's a connectivity now. Okay, so let's try this way. I'm going to send a message from this PC to this router. Let's look. It says successful. Okay. And then we can add more device or clients to this network. Let's try. I'm going to add another PC. This, and then I'm going to put a cable. Click this, put the end to the fast Ethernet 0, and then to this switch. Oh, what's happening? And fast. No. Again, use this cable, then fast Ethernet port 00, fast Ethernet 02, and then another device, laptop, and then put cable, put a cable. Let's see if there's an IP address for these two newly device added. So let's go to AP configuration, desktop, then command prompt. I'm going to type ipconfig. As you can see, there's no IP address for this device. So just hit the arrow key up, and then space /renew. This command is for assigning new IP address for this device PC2. Hit enter. Okay, as you can see, we have an IP address number 192.168.1.12. So this PCs have 11 number, and this is 12. So let's try to ping P192.168.1.12. Okay. Yes. So we have now connectivity for this device. And then this device, laptop, click it, and then go to desktop. The same process. ipconfig, and in order to assign new IP address, just type renew. Okay, the IP address for this device is .1.13. Let's ping it. P192.168.1.13. Okay. There's a connectivity for this device. Okay, let's try to message from this router to this laptop. In progress, it says failed. Let's try again. Shout out for my dog that barking. Okay, it happens sometimes. Sometimes it's not. It's just because of the travel time, maybe. So let's try to message from this router to this device. Failed again. Let's try. Okay, say successful. This is happen only sometimes. So if you want to add more device, just follow the steps. This is now successfully configured. This router is now serves DHCP server. It provides and assigns automatically addresses for this device or client. Okay, I think we made it, and hopefully you gained little knowledge about the DHCP server. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.